Hello out there. I'm coming all the way to you from Detroit, Michigan to share my music, my love, my passion of just playing and creating. And I was invited by my very own dear friend, your music teacher, Miss Stephanie Peterson. I am an international flautist. I enjoy playing my instruments and teaching my students. Your teacher and I used to play in a band together where we met in Atlanta, and she asked for me to just create this video for you to inspire your young minds out there, young musicians, rock and rule the world. I was once a young musician. I've been playing the flute since I was 9. So first I'm going to go over just the basic steps and something that's very simple when you're talking about playing the flute. You want to make sure that you practice a little bit each day because we waste about 80% of our air blowing over this head joint. If you're new to the flute, I would like to talk about the 3 different parts. You have your head joint. You want to make sure that your lip is flat against the lip plate and you have almost like a smile, but you want to cover the end of the head joint like so. And you blow over the head joint as if you would blow over a pop bottle. Have you ever did that before? Okay. After you have learned how to position your mouth, which is your embouchure, you will develop your sound, your tone over time. Do not beat yourself up. But if you need to take breaks so you won't get lightheaded. We have the body of the flute. You want to make sure that when you're putting your flute together, that you're not squeezing on the rods of the instrument. So you want to hold it at the top like so. And you want to twist and push. This part is called the foot. And the foot joint goes here. But also you want to hold it at the bottom and here so you don't squeeze the rods and damage the instrument. Right here, this rod needs to go up the center line of your keys. Your keys need to be in line with your head joint. So you want to make sure that that is there. When it comes to placing your fingers on the flute, we have thumb on the back. This key we do not touch. Skip 1, place 1, skip 1, place 1, place 1, pinky. So you're going to have to skip these 2, and that's very important. I have an open hole flute. This is an intermediate professional model flute, but if you're just now getting started, it's great to have a closed hole flute. It's one less thing you have to worry about. Then the trick for me is to always know that the pinky is here, and all you have to do is place these 3 fingers there. You want to make sure that you have balance. Balance with your head and your lip. You have a balance point here with your index finger, and you have a balance point here with your thumb and your pinky. These are all very important balance points. Well, I know that you're probably past all that. Those are just some tips I wanted to give you. Another thing that's important when you are playing the flute is to always keep your fingers closed. Because if you keep your fingers closed, you'll be able to develop to improve your dexterity when it comes to moving your fingers fast for fast passages. But if your fingers are so wild, you won't allow your brain, your muscle memory, to remember where your fingers should be placed because you can't look at your fingers and play the flute. That's like really hard, okay? So always make sure that you keep your fingers close together. Like I said, I've been playing since I was 9 years old. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I have been a music educator for 14 years now. I would like to share some more things for my advanced students who really want to get that good sound. You want to think about filling your flute up with air. So you always want this rounded, nice tone. And that comes over time with doing warm-ups and exercises that develop your breath support. So I'm going to give you one of my favorite, which is just a chromatic going down a half step. Half step meaning from G to F sharp to F. Just going down. You can look in the back of your book, if you have a book for your fingering chart, and you can just go down with the fingering chart. One of my favorite warm-ups is the half step. You want to make sure each half step you don't take a breath in between. Then you go to the next. You want to be a straight, nice tone, okay? That is one way I have developed my sound. I learned that from one of my private lessons instructors. Now I'm going to get to some fun stuff that what the flute can do. You can actually have a great time with your head joint if you're a beginner by placing your hand here. Pretty silly, right? Another thing you could do, you can have something which is called the trumpet effect. When you the trumpet effect. Probably never heard of that. It's so fun. Something else you can do, you can sing and play. You can also beatbox. I gotta practice a little bit more on that. There's some great flautists out there. Tim Barsky, Greg Patallo. There's only about 5 or 6 battle flutists out there. So if you want to be the next one to make history, I encourage you to do so. We have all different things you could do with the flute. It's just not like a pretty instrument. You could play jazz music, hip-hop music, classical music, Baroque music, R&B. You can grow up to play for wedding receptions. You can grow up and play in flute choirs and the marching band and the concert band and the symphony. It is such a versatile instrument. You could do easy listening music for yoga and inspirational music for inspirational speakers. You can even play gospel music, religious music, folk music. The list goes on and on and on. I hope that you've learned something or this video inspired you in some way. If you'd like to follow me and learn more about me or what I'm doing, you can Google Misty Sharp, MistySharp. I am on YouTube, Online Music with Misty Sharp. You can follow me on Instagram, I'm Misty Sharp, and you can also find me on Facebook. I hope you're staying safe and healthy out there and you're still picking up your instruments no matter what the weather may be or however you may be feeling that day. Hopefully this has inspired you to be a better, greater musician. Enjoy. Bye.